Okay, I'm a content creator and this year has been unlike any other for me. I have traveled more than ever before, touring 5 states in the US, going on a road trip through Norway, exploring Croatia, and making several trips to the UK. Looking back on these adventures and all the money spent, I've realized some key lessons about budgeting for travel. These are things that would have been really helpful to know earlier and could have saved a lot of cash. So in this video, I'm sharing those lessons with you. My name is Sergey and here are my 5 biggest insights about money and travel from this year. First, preparation is no joke. I should have spent more time figuring out where cards are widely accepted and where cash is still a must. My home currency is euro and I made a mistake of assuming that since Croatia is in the European Union and now uses the euro, then cards would be accepted everywhere and withdrawing cash from ATM wouldn't be a big deal. Turns out, in a lot of places we went, cards were not accepted at all and I had to pull cash from ATMs with their high fees. Being overconfident and reliant on assumptions meant I didn't double check things and I ended up paying more in fees than I should have. Second, when renting a car, it's important to check if the country you're visiting and the rent company specifically requires a credit card. Back home, I used a debit card and I had no issues renting a car in Norway with it, but in the US, it was a different story. They wouldn't accept my debit card at all except at the airport, so I ended up wasting time and money on taxis just to get there. In Croatia, using a debit card for the rental meant I had to buy the most expensive insurance package. Of course, I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have to, so money loss again. Third, using a multi-currency card for travel is way more cost-effective than sticking to your regular card, especially when the local currency is different from the one your card is in. I often use my Wise card and it was super convenient to pay in dollars in the US, kroner in Norway, and pounds in the UK, just like a local. I would top up my balance in the right currency beforehand at the mid-market exchange rate without hidden charges, just for a small fee. And I didn't have to worry about excessive conversion charges during my trip. You can get a Wise card too through the link in the description. It's available in tons of countries around the world. Number 4. Be prepared for your travel budget to grow. No matter how well you plan, there is always a chance of extra expenses. Plus, unexpected situations might come up where you'll need more money. We budgeted carefully but always ended up spending more, whether it was discovering new activities, finding good deals on things, paying for extra insurance like I mentioned earlier, and so on. It's hard to avoid, so it's better to be prepared both financially and mentally. Number 5. When abroad, watch out for dynamic currency conversion. What this means is if you're using your regular card while traveling and the local currency is different from your home currency, payment terminals and ATMs will give you the option to choose which currency to make the transaction in. It might seem like a good idea to choose your home currency because it feels more familiar, but that's where the catch is. If you pick your home currency, you're letting the foreign ATM or terminal do the currency conversion for you, which usually costs a lot more. Always choose to pay in the local currency instead. So if you're in the US, pay in US dollars. If you're in the UK, pay in pounds, and so on. Bonus tip: make use of virtual cards. This year, I really came to appreciate the benefits of virtual cards. Most banks and financial services offer them in pretty much the same way. For example, with Wise, I can have up to 3 virtual cards at the same time. The big advantage is that I can delete and replace them anytime. Let's say you're booking something online on a site you're not sure about. Of course, it's always better to double check. But if you decide to go ahead, you can pay with a virtual card and delete it right after, so you don't risk exposing your main card, which isn't as easy to replace. You can also add these virtual cards to your mobile wallets and use them for everyday purchases. I hope my experience helps you avoid some extra costs while traveling. Let me know in the comments if you have any tips to add. See you next time. Bye.